Hello everyone, this is Mark with MHTAlerts.com, and today is March the 8th, 2013, bringing you some breaking news information for the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plants and reactors. This is an information update off of the 2012 extinction protocol, which I'll read to you and definitely update you on what's happening now. Over the past month or two, we've been talking about earthquakes in that area and around that area. Even if it's a 6 or higher near the reactors, there could be some serious consequences for big earthquakes in that area. Even underwater, another tsunami could be a huge problem for these people that have been working very crazy on these power plants and reactors. And I'm sorry about the new noise, background noise. They're doing some work outside the apartment, so please excuse that. I tried to zoom in as much as I can here, so taking a look at this, I'm going to go ahead and read this to you and update you what's going on. The crippled Fukushima nuclear plant remains critically vulnerable to a new quake or tsunami 2 years after the tragedy, and cleanup operations have been marred by corporation and workplace safety violations, insiders say. Senior workers at the plant, including members of the so-called Fukushima 50, have pointed to dangerous vulnerabilities in a series of exclusive death interviews with the Weekend Australian in Japan. Several of the workers also said the plant number 1 reactor was critically damaged by the quake even before the tsunami hit, a revelation that, if proven, would torpedo Japan's attempts to swiftly restart the 50 stalled nuclear reactors. Now, that's saying basically that when the quake hit, it already was damaged before the tsunami actually came, and that's where everybody was talking about, why is it that they didn't build it better. So going on, the nuclear workers who battled to resolve the initial crisis at the plant have remained largely silent until now, and say they received massive undocumented exposures to radiation, and the danger money supposed to flow to employees for working at the Fukushima Daiichi plant was being creamed off by unscrupulous companies, taken away basically. While the world largely has gone quiet worrying about the nuclear plant, the engineer Daisuke Sakamoto, sorry if I mispronounced that, not his real name of course, is among the group of workers saying another tragedy of global proportions could be just around the corner should a new quake or tsunami strike that same area. What remains intact after the disaster is completely fragile, and when the next quake or tsunami comes, it's going to collapse, he told the Weekend Australian. So that's basically what I was talking about earlier, and I'm basically trying just to say that that's not going to happen. I'm not predicting it's going to happen. I'm just saying if it does, we're looking at some serious consequences for us just being here, period. So taking a look further, and the plant remains very vulnerable. I'm sorry, but if it happened again, I would evacuate. This is the operator. This is the guy who's working there. Operator TEPCO's failure to place backup generators above high water mark of the 14 meters March 11, 2012 tsunami, despite warnings from the engineers that such a wave possible, meant the reactors immediately lost cooling, sowing the seeds for the world's second worst nuclear accident after Chernobyl in 1986. Though painstaking and dangerous work from workers such as those who spoke to the Weekend Australian, a temporary cooling and recycling system has been established for reactors number 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Sakamoto, who battled disaster from initial stages and remains at the plant today, said it was far from robust. So, even the workers who were trying to stress working there, making sure that everybody in the world is safe, they themselves are scared, to be there if something else were to happen, and nobody can predict another earthquake and when it will happen. Even if you say we have cooling system, it is only makeshift one after all. There is no doubt that it will fracture when the next big quake comes, he said. He also said doubts about the backup power supplies and we're keeping the plant's 6 reactors cool. There is a variety sorry about that, I lost track here. There is a variety of temporary gear to provide power, but it's not proper equipment either, so if the same size quake occurs, you can see why it would want to run away, he said, or why I would want to run away. Another worker can also stop, or another worker can stop these, can stop the tsunami or can't stop the tsunami. I don't think so. Basically, is what he's saying. With a failing to guard against tsunamis, TEPCO also had ignored recommendations before the disaster to boost earthquake protection. And the week in Australia was actually saying that these guys are telling us that they warned them about this before building these nuclear reactors, because Japan itself is vulnerable to earthquakes because of the major fault line that's sitting there, and I think they need to watch that very carefully. But here we are now with a major disaster, and I don't think anyone would have thought that this would have occurred in any part of our time here living on this planet. But of course, we can't predict anything, and that another one might happen anywhere across the globe. So I guess just keeping in mind that we are vulnerable to major earthquakes and disasters. So that's something that we cannot stop. So once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for watching. We'll be keeping tabs on this here together here at mhtaylors.com. I'll post this on the website. I'll post the link on the website of the news that was followed from the Extinction Protocol here 2012. And again, I look forward to seeing you Tuesday for our climate change update. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. Stay alert, be cool, and have a nice day.